Hey guys, this is Kent from Bless Farm. I'm going to come to you today with our garden story time. Be right back with you. Hey guys, how you doing today? This is Kent back here from Bless Farm. Garden story time. Today we're going to read out my same book here, Teaching of the Spirits, Iroquois Legends. Alright, today I'm going to go over a story called Turtle's Race with Bear. Alright, a lot of stories about bears in here. I really enjoy this one, so let me get started here and see what y'all think. Alright? It was early winter, cold enough so that the ice had frozen on the ponds, and the bear had not yet learned in those days that it was wiser to sleep through the white season. Grumbling as he walked through the woods, perhaps he was remembering a trick another animal had played on him. Perhaps it was just not a good mood. He came to the edge of the great pond and saw a turtle. There was his head sticking out of the ice. "Ah!" shouted Bear. "Not enough giving his old friend a greeting? What are you looking at, slow one?" Turtle looked at Bear. "Why do you call me slow?" Bear snorted. "You are the slowest of the animals. If I were to race you, I would leave you far behind," said Bear. Perhaps Bear never heard of Turtle's big race with Beaver, and perhaps Bear did not remember that Turtle, like Coyote, is an animal whose greatest speed is in his wits. "My friend," said Turtle, "let us have a race to see who is the swiftest." "All right," said Bear. "Where will we race?" "We will race here at the pond, and the race will be tomorrow morning when the sun is in the width of one hand above the horizon. You will run along the bank, and I will swim in the water." "How can that be?" Bear said. "There is ice all over the pond." "We will do it this way," said Turtle. "I will make holes in the ice along the side of the pond, and swim under the water to each hole and stick my head out when I reach it." "I agree," said Bear. "Tomorrow we will race." When the next day came, many of the animals had gathered to watch. They lined the banks of the great pond and watched Bear as he rolled in the snow and jumped up and down, making himself ready. Finally, just as the sun was a hand's width in the sky, Turtle's head popped out of the hole in the ice and at the starting line. "Bear," he called, "I'm ready." Bear walked quickly to the starting place, and as soon as the signal was given, he rushed forward, snow flying from his feet and his breath making great white clouds above his head. Turtle's head disappeared in the first hole, and then in almost no time at all it reappeared from the next hole, far ahead of Bear. "Here I am, Bear," Turtle called. "Catch up to me." And then he was gone again. Bear was astonished and ran even faster. But before he could reach the next hole, he saw Turtle's green head pop out of it. "Here I am, Bear," Turtle called again. "Catch up to me." Now Bear began to run as fast as he could. His sides were puffing in and out, and he ran, and his eyes were becoming bloodshot. But it was no use. Each time before he would reach each of the holes, the ugly green head of the turtle would be there ahead of him, calling out to him to catch up. When Bear finally reached the finish line, he was barely able to crawl. Turtle was waiting there for him, surrounded by all the other animals. Bear had lost the race. He dragged himself home in disgrace. So tired, he fell asleep as soon as he reached his home. He was so tired that he slept until the warm breath of spring came to the woods again. It was not long after Bear and all the animals had two other animals had left the pond that Turtle tapped on the ice with one long claw. At this sign, a dozen ugly heads like his popped up from the holes all along the edge of the pond. It was Turtle's cousins and brothers, and all of them looked just like him. "My relatives," Turtle said, "I wish to thank you. Today we have shown Bear that it does not pay to call others names. We have taught him a good lesson. Turtle smiled, and a dozen of other turtles, all just like him, smiled back. And we have shown the animals, Turtle said, that turtles are not the slowest of the animals. So there you go, guys, a story about making fun of others and how not to, all right? Need to show humility, you know, and a lot of times you just need to be humble, right? So I think that's a really great story, and it fits into today's world. I really appreciate y'all tuning in and watching and sharing, and I hope you come back next week. This is week 3, like I said, and next week will be week 4, and we'll try to do something new. I'm going to try to go live with a live show on week 4 of Garden Story Time. So y'all pray for me, and hope I can get it together and learn all this great technology. So again, I appreciate y'all guys. We love y'all. Y'all live well. And again, God bless y'all. We'll see y'all later.